Hey, my name is Brian. I'm the Coffee Experience Program Manager here at xBloom. Today, I'm super happy to announce xBloom's Coffee Curation Program. So how Coffee Curation works is it's a curated coffee program. We go and pick coffees, and we work with these curators and roasters to pick coffees that they love. So today, I am going to be curating the collection of coffees, and I have two coffees that I really love. I picked these coffees because these really represent my journey in coffee, of tasting coffees, of experiencing coffees, and I worked with roasters on selecting the coffees and finding coffee that fit exactly what I was looking for. So that is the kind of overview that we have curators go through. Is they pick a coffee they love, they work with us, and they work with the roasters, and they present those coffees to you all. The purpose of this is to get people to be excited about what coffee can be. We already have amazing coffees on our marketplace, but there is another level of coffee that I want you all to experience, and you'll be able to see this because of the stories that our curators craft, as well as be able to taste it in the form of these X-Pods. This curation program is going to be interesting to those of you who are beginners, who want to learn more about coffee and more so learn about how to taste coffee and what coffee can actually taste like. And it's also going to be interesting for those of you who are already coffee enthusiasts, those of you guys who are already deep into the coffee game, because we're going to be dropping some very, very exclusive and amazing coffees, and that's what's going to interest you guys. So you may have seen me in a lot of the videos on xBloom, but personally, I am an avid home coffee enthusiast. I brewed coffee at home, and I've really dove very deep into it, especially on the equipment side and now on the coffee side. And the coffees that I've picked for you guys today are all related to my personal experiences of tasting coffee at home. Kind of brewing coffee at home has really shaped my perspectives of what coffee can be. Originally, when I was really beginning and learning about coffee, my perception of coffee was that it's just caffeine, it's just dark and bitter. But as I dove deeper into it, I learned that coffee has so many wonderful flavors in it. And I have kind of 4 different, very specific things that I've experienced in coffee. And those are acidity, sweetness, body, and florality. And those are what you're gonna find in these 2 coffees that I'm gonna tell you about right now. So I have 2 coffees. One from Intelligentsia, which is the Colombian Juan Martin Geisha. And then I have a coffee from Curated Coffee, which is a El Salvador Elefante washed. So let me now talk about each of these coffees. This Intelligentsia coffee is amazing, and it is a very complex wash coffee that has flavor notes of blackberry, lime, and it is insanely sweet. This coffee to me really reminds me of those first few times I brewed coffee at home, and I actually tasted that coffee had acidity and more so sweetness. Intelligentsia's ability to source coffee as well as their roasting style really just highlights the fact that there is sweetness in coffee. And I think this is going to be really fun for you guys. And then the next coffee I have is Curated Coffee's Elefante Washed, which is a coffee that is insanely floral. I would say it's like smelling a bouquet of flowers, and you're gonna get orange acidity in that as that coffee cools. This Curated Coffee really reminds me of my first experiences of having florality in coffee. You drink a lovely cup of coffee and you taste flowers. That is one thing that is very apparent in this, and also a very amazing textural experience of actual weight and silkiness on your tongue. That is something that you will find with this Curated Elefante. So what's going to be interesting for you all and why I picked this is these kind of remind me of just my exploratory phase with coffee, which was taste a coffee that has acidity and sweetness, and then taste a coffee that has florality and texture to it. These are things that we kind of do in the hobbyist community, where it's like you brew a bunch of different coffees side by side, you taste all of them, and you see what is different in each of them. These 2 coffees to me present those so well. Acidity, sweetness, florality, and body. So now let's go ahead and brew the coffee on the xBloom. The cool thing with this is the recipes are all taken care of for you. I have 2 different recipes that you can try in the app. One is a recipe that is done by our roasting partners. So we have a recipe from Intelligentsia and a recipe from Curated, and then you have my version of the recipe, which is going to be slightly different. Would really welcome you all to taste those differences. Okay, so now we're going to brew each of these coffees and we're going to taste them. So I definitely smell the coffee as it's being brewed. You've got a ton of aromatics, especially like a really lovely sweet smell from the Intelligentsia coffee. I also get a little bit of, I would say, a blackberry smell, but more so that's gonna come out in the taste. So there's our Intelligentsia brew, and now let's also brew the chromatic coffee as well. And we want to have both of them side by side to taste because I think that's what makes this so fun. Very different experiences between each of the coffees as they get brewed. So these were the coffees, and I am really looking forward for you guys to try these coffees. Let us know what you think. These coffees to me really represent these very key moments that I have had as a home brewer of tasting acidity and sweetness and florality and body in coffees, and I want to share that with you all. So if you guys have the opportunity to pick these coffees up, it's a limited release, there's only so much of it, get it while it's hot, but please try out these coffees. Let us know what you think about them, and let us know how you enjoy the coffee coming off of the xBloom. Thank you so much for spending time to watch this video. If you have any other questions, please let us know. We'll see you in the Discord, and thank you again.